Hello everyone. So today I'm going to teach you something that I came up with, which is a different version of French toast. And you need to have cinnamon, which is ground cinnamon. You need to have cardamom, nutmeg, cloves, vanilla, heavy cream, eggs for this. Oh, and your choice of sweetener. This now depends upon how you would like it to taste, as well as whether you want to make it healthier or less healthy. I'm going to use organic maple syrup for this. You can also use sugar for this, and you can also use honey for this. But the maple syrup gives it that good maple flavor, which tastes really good in your French toast. So I like to start out with a flat bowl because the flat bowl makes it easier to dip your bread into. You're going to also grab a wire whisk. All right, so we're going to start by cracking an egg in here. You can put more in depending upon the amount you're making. I'm going to wash it real quick so I don't get any egg on the spice jars. So when you put in your sweetener, you can vary that depending upon the amount that you like it to be sweet. Now, my bread is cinnamon swirl bread, so it already gives it some of that cinnamon flavor. What I'm going to do is go ahead and start with my cinnamon. This, I don't really measure it, so that's the complicated part, explaining it. It's kind of going to be maybe like this. I'll take a look after I mix it up. Just kind of cover your, let's see if I can make it so you can see it. There, like that. Cover your egg in the cinnamon. After you've covered your egg in the cinnamon, I'm going to put in a little bit of nutmeg. Not much. Probably just like maybe like a pinch if you were doing it that way. Cloves is similar, not much. Less even with cloves. I think. Yeah, about equal. Maybe a tiny bit more nutmeg. You don't want to put too much of these because they're very strong spices, so they'll kind of overpower if you do put it in too much. Then we're going to put in the cardamom. Now this is a yummy spice, so I'm going to put in probably a little bit more. All right. Now that I'm done putting that part in, I'm going to show you what it looks like before I add my cream and all that. See how I've added my spice? After I mix up, I'm going to take a look and see, you know, if it's the way I want it to be. But I'm going to add vanilla. So I'm going to add like probably a teaspoon of vanilla there. It helps give it a good flavor. And then I'm going to grab my maple syrup. I'm going to pour this in. Maple syrup's probably going to be around a tablespoon, is my guess. You know, the reason I use heavy whipping cream instead of milk is if you use milk, that's probably about a tablespoon also. Let's see if it's enough. Because I always do it as I go. Is if you use milk, when you mix it up, everything falls to the bottom. All your spices fall to the bottom. And it's a continual hassle to keep it mixed so you can dip your bread. Now, I decided one day, because I was out of milk, to try cream, because they happened to have a little cream left. So that worked great. So I stuck with that. So here is what it's going to end up looking like. It's very, I don't know, spicy looking, I guess you should say. And you want it to be that way. Now what I do is I smell it and try to see, does it smell like the way I like it? Now you could do the same thing. If you think it smells like it needs a little bit more of something, you go ahead and add it. I think it smells pretty good the way it is right now. I may add a little bit more syrup. I don't think it quite has. Maybe a little bit more than, maybe it's like two tablespoons of syrup. I don't know. Because I kind of like mine really sweet, so. But at least, you know, when you're adding the maple syrup, real maple syrup, it does make a difference because you're not adding the processed sugars to that. So you've got something there that's healthier. What you need to do next is oil up your pan. I put it in a non-stick pan to begin with, so I don't have to add a whole lot of oil. But at the same time, I do want to add some. And I'm going to go ahead and take a paper towel and just kind of spread it around the pan. Okay. Gonna let the pan heat up. When the pan gets hot enough, then I will go ahead and dip my bread, and I will put the 3 pieces in here, and I will cook them until they're cooked, but I don't like mine overly browned. So lightly browned or medium browned, not darkly browned. And then flip them, and then you can pull them off, and you can serve them with whatever you want. Okay, so now that the pan has heated up, I am going to go ahead and take my cinnamon swirl bread. I actually have a favorite one I like to use. I didn't go get it though. It's at Costco, and this makes it less healthy. It's a cinnamon swirl bread that has the frosting top, and that one's really good. But this one's good too. You can actually do this without cinnamon swirl bread as well if you would like to cut down, you know, any possible extra sugars that are processed. But I like it this way. So you could do it with just regular bread. The one thing I tried it with that I did not like is cinnamon raisin. I thought that would taste great because I like cinnamon raisin bread and I like raisins, but it did not. I didn't care for it. Now you see how, okay, I've dipped these all and I've put them in my pan. I still have plenty here to make more. I could still make another probably 2, maybe 3 of them. So 1 egg goes a long way. So it is a relatively, I don't know what you would say, inexpensive thing comparatively to some, because you don't have to use a whole lot of eggs. Sorry, I'm washing my hands again. You don't have to use a whole lot of eggs in that. And so that's an interesting way to save some money. I mean, a good way, whatever. I don't know how to put it. I don't like to put too much on it. I kind of got a little too much on there. I don't like to put too much on it. I like it to just be dipped. I don't like it to be soaked. Some people like to soak theirs, and I don't care for that texture, so I don't do that. And I go along afterwards in any little pieces like this that kind of went off to the side. I take them off because I don't like them hanging off the side. Gonna let this here cook up until it's sort of browned on the side. When you're done with that side, you flip it, and then you go ahead and cook it the rest of the way. When you are done, you're ready to serve it. You can take it out, put it on a plate. You can serve it with butter. You can serve it with butter and honey, so honey butter. You can serve it with butter and syrup. You can serve it with just syrup, just honey. The choice is up to you. There's endless options of how you can serve this. But those are some of my favorites. And I hope you will try this recipe and enjoy it. It's a very delicious one and easy to make. See now how that one looks? I don't know if you can see it, but maybe this one you can see a little bit better. The egg is cooked, but not overly cooked, because I do not like it over browned. Some people do that. They like over brown them. To me, I don't like the taste of over browned eggs. So if you don't either, then that's fine. Just cook them to like a little over a golden brown, or whatever your preferred doneness would be. Just one quick note that I didn't think about. You can also add ginger to this. I don't, I have done it, but I don't usually because ginger tends to give me a headache. But you can, and even without it, it will taste a lot like a gingerbread French toast. All right, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all again real soon. Bye.